Hi guys, welcome back to my video. My name is Yvonne and for today's video I'm doing a mini plant tour, so keep on watching. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna do a mini plant tour, but I'm not gonna be walking around my house showing you every single plant I have in all my rooms. Instead, I just kind of brought all the plants I have upstairs into this room, which as you can see are behind me. And then later on I'll be showing you all the plants I have downstairs. But for now I'm gonna go ahead and just start with the ones I have right here, and as you can see it looks like I have a lot, which I do. During the summer when I moved into my house, I kind of went through a phase and bought a lot of plants because they're like cheap and they're pretty and they just like liven up any space in your house. And so to begin with, I think I'm going to start with smallest to biggest, just because the bigger plants are harder to move. And the first one I wanted to share is this Chinese money plant, I believe it's called, or a pilia. This one I've had for pretty much since the summer. I bought this one at a plant nursery and it is one of my slowest growing plants. I had it downstairs, but I don't think it liked it, so I moved it upstairs into my beauty room. And since then, it's given me 3 new little baby leaves. But this one is one of my favorite just because it's like super cute and its leaves are like round. But yeah, this is a Chinese money plant, or a pilia I think it's called. But either way, I'll be putting down the names on the bottom just because I'm going to have to look them up because I can't remember every single name. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Up next is this baby jade plant. And I bought this one at Walmart, I believe, and I keep this one upstairs next to my window just so I can get the most sunlight, because I know these kind of plants like succulents and stuff like to be in the sun a lot. But yeah, this is where I keep it, and so far it hasn't given me any problems. I only water it like once a week and it seems to be thriving, although it does have some little spots on the top. I have no idea what those are, but I mean, it hasn't died yet, so hopefully it doesn't. Up next is this weird succulent thingy that I've had for a few years now, and it just keeps getting longer and longer. And at one point I did drop it and I need to put more soil in here, but yeah, it's leaning now. And like I said, succulents, I only water them like once a week, and I keep them near the window just because they love a lot of sunlight. And this one also has a few little propagations in there. I don't know if you can see them, but it has a few little babies in there. But yeah, this one I have high hopes of it surviving this winter just because it's been with me for a few years now. And if you feel like I'm talking fast, I kinda am, just because I have a lot of plants and I don't want this video to be 100 years long. So I'm gonna just try to briefly talk about each plant. And if you want me to go more in depth about a certain plant or certain plants and stuff, just comment down below and I will make a video for you guys. Alright, this is another succulent that has been with me for a few years already. This one hasn't died. I dropped it while we were moving, and one of its little, because it had 3 little kind of like, I don't know, branches. One of them broke off, but there is a little propagation growing in there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this one has been with me many years. I only water it once a week. Hasn't died, so I have really high hopes of it surviving this winter. Up next is this propagated satin pothos. The mama plant is downstairs, which you guys will see later on, but yeah, this one is just a mixture of different propagations that I did many different times. But this one, it's, as you can see, it's slowly vining and growing new leaves. But yeah, this one is one of my favorites just because it's a lot different than any of the other plants. One thing about all the plants I have, I like to have plants that are different. Plants that are like different colors, or their leaves are like different patterns and stuff, just because I think they look pretty cool, they stand out, and they're not like your everyday plants, even though I still have some of those. So this one is a Fittonia, I think is what it's called, or a nerve plant, and I think this is a red nerve plant, but it's actually pink. As you can tell, it's like mostly pink. This one I keep it in my window and it seems to be liking it there. It's giving me new leaves, and it hasn't dried up yet, but yeah, this one is one of my favorites because it's pink. So hopefully these plants survive the winter, because I will be devastated if they die. Alright, up next is this rattlesnake calathea, and this one I bought at a nursery in the summer, and I keep this one in my bathroom just because they love the humidity. And it seems to be loving it in there. It hasn't died, although some of the leaves did die. But other than that, like, it hasn't died. I water it like once a week. I also, check its dirt before watering it just because I don't want to kill it because it's so pretty. And at night, her leaves just kind of close, so it almost looks like she's praying. So up next, I have these two Prayer plants. This one is a green Prayer plant. And I moved this one up into my bathroom. I had it downstairs, but I moved it up into my bathroom just so I can get more humidity, since my downstairs seems to be a lot colder than upstairs, and I don't want this plant to die just because it's grown so much and it's giving me new leaves. But yeah, this is a green prayer plant, and some of its leaves are light green. Some of them kind of have like little specks of green. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, this one. And this one is getting really heavy, so I have to put like a stick or something because this branch is just kind of hanging. I don't want it to break off. But yeah, I actually found this one at Walmart for like $3 when I bought it, and it was like small, and since then it's given me a lot of new leaves. But yeah, look at that, it's just so pretty. And this is a green prayer plant, so at night it closes its leaves and it looks like it's praying. And this is I think it's just a regular prayer plant. This one I did get at a nursery, and it's not thriving as much as the other one, but it still is giving me new leaves here and there. Some of them died off just because I'm guessing they're old. But this one has like green and purple on it. Some of these are like the new baby leaves are like a light green. The older ones are like, they turn dark green and have like red purple veins, and the bottom also looks purple. But yeah, this one is one of my favorites. I absolutely love calatheas and prayer plants just because their leaves just look exotic and they just look really pretty. So up next is this pothos that I have, a golden pothos that I have in my bathroom, and this one I have it hanging from the ceiling. And I bought this one at Lowe's, and it's been a slow growing plant. It's barely like vining, but it is giving me new leaves. A whole bunch right here in the middle. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Super easy to take care of. Literally water it once a week. You can have these in like a low light environment, or like a medium or like indirect sunlight. But yeah, these are one of my favorites just because they're super easy to take care of, and they're super pretty, especially when they get really long, and they're easy to propagate as well. So I'm talking about pothos. I don't know if you can see it. No. I also have another pothos hanging from the ceiling up here, and that one has more variegated leaves. You can see like the yellow and green on them. Like I was saying before I was really interrupted, I also have a golden pothos up here hanging, which I will show you pretty soon. And that one has like really pretty leaves. It has more variegation going on, so you can see more specks of like yellow on there, and it just looks really pretty. That one I feel like is growing a lot quicker. It's vining a lot more. But yeah, I absolutely love it. And then so up next is this bird nest snake plant, and I got this one at a plant nursery, and it has given me 2 little babies already, which I took out, and one of them I gave away to a friend and the other one I have downstairs. But anyways, this one, as you can see, is also giving me new leaves. This one I keep in my bedroom next to my fireplace, although I keep it a little bit further now since we do turn on the fireplace and I don't want to have a dead plant. So anyways, this one I only water maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, because it doesn't need a lot of water, and my room tends to be somewhat like bright sometimes, so it doesn't need a lot of light either. You can literally have it in a low light environment and it will be thriving. So this one is one of my favorites. Next, I have a trailing jade right here, and this one has, as you can see, it's starting to like hang over. When I first got it, you could barely see them peeking through the pot, but this one's already starting to trail over, and it does have a little baby growing in here. I don't know if you could see them, but this one is really pretty, and they can get very, very long too. And I did have one downstairs, but sadly it died, so I am also propagating some, which are taking their time to grow. But yes, excuse you, Luna. But these are some of my, actually all my plants are my favorites. So you're gonna hear me say this is my favorite, this is my favorite, but in reality all my plants are my favorite plants. But anyways, this is a good one to have because you only water it once a week or once every 2 weeks. Like I said, these kind of like plants like succulents and stuff don't need a lot of water, but they do need a lot of sunlight. Up next is this one, and this long boy right here is a avocado plant. And this is my fiance's plant. He actually got an avocado pit, put in a little baggie wrapped with like a damp towel, and it actually rooted, and then he planted it, and it's been thriving since then. It's getting longer, I feel like, by the day. Next thing you know, I'm gonna wake up to a giant ass tree in my room. But it's this one I'm a little worried about just because I know it's a tropical plant. It likes warm environments and sunny environments, and right now I have it in my beauty room because it's the sunniest and it's also one of the warmest, just so it can hopefully survive the winter and not die. But yeah, this one is like, its leaves are like getting longer every day, and I don't know, maybe one day this will be a big ass tree. But okay, moving on to this philodendron that I have right here in this thrifted plant stand. This one I bought, I believe, at Home Depot, and it's been giving me new leaves since then, and it's like slowly starting to vine, although its vines aren't like super long. But I mean, this one, I love it. I keep it right here in my beauty room. It seems to love the beauty room. It gets a good amount of sunlight, and it's also pretty warm in here, so it's not gonna like die because of the cold weather. But yeah, this one is a good one, and it's also like a pothos. You can have it in a low light environment, and just water it like once a week or 2 weeks, depending on where you have it and how big the pot is, and just kind of keep the soil in check. Okay, this is one. Like I said before, they're all my favorite plants. Okay, so this one right here is a neon pothos, and this one I absolutely love because her leaves are neon. Obviously they're not your normal dark green leaves that you see, but this one I absolutely love it. It's like huge. It's like, just look at that, it's like a full plant, and it's starting to like slowly vine. But yeah, this one I also keep in my beauty room, and I only water it once a week. And then this one I do want it to get a lot more sunlight so it can keep its color. And as you can see, all the newer leaves are like a very light yellow green, and like the older leaves are that lime green. But this one is absolutely gorgeous. And then I also have another snake plant in my beauty room, and this one is different than the one I showed earlier. I do have two more snake plants I'll be showing you later, or maybe one more. Just one more snake plant I'll be showing you later. But yeah, this one, bought it at Lowe's for like $4, and it's giving me a baby already. So you can see right there. Same thing. This one you can have it in a low light environment, and I only water it like once a week or twice a week. So those are like very low maintenance plants. And then up next, my pride and joy is this monstera. This monstera was, I think, my very first big houseplant. When I bought it, it was a lot smaller. This is one of the original leaves that's been there since I bought it, and it's getting weird and droopy. But anyways, this one has given me a lot of new leaves. I keep it near the window because that's where I've noticed that it's the happiest, and that's where it also gives me the most leaves, and it just stays nice and beautiful. I have propagated it like twice. One of the propagations I gave to my mom, and the other one I gave it to my fiance's sister. But this one, as you can see right here, right there, that one is a new leaf that is unraveling. And then this one is also a new leaf that just like unraveled like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, this one, these can get huge. I've seen some at the nursery, plant nursery, that like are freaking huge. This one, and then you can also have them vine up like a pole or a wall, and it has like these little things called aerial roots that are like little arms, and they just kind of attach to whatever you put near it. And so far mine hasn't gotten that big, but maybe I can start training it to it, but I haven't. But I've noticed that some of its aerial roots are getting really, really big, which I will be inserting a little clip on it just so you guys can see how big they are getting. But yeah, this is Becky and she is my pride and joy. And the last one for upstairs is this plant I have right here in the corner. And that is a yucca plant. And this plant, I've had some issues with it just because I've had it downstairs, but I don't think it was sunny enough for it. So some of it's, I used to have 3 other little canes, but those 2 just started dying just because I think one of them was just overwatered and that's how it came from the store. And the other one just dried off, so I think it wasn't getting enough light. So I put it in my beauty room because like I said before, this is a very sunny area and it's very humid, not humid, but it's very warm in here. So I'm hoping that kind of helps it and helps it get better, and hopefully it survives because that's also one of the bigger plants I have in the house. And so those were all the plants I have upstairs. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. I decided to do this a 2-part series just because with everything together, this video is going to be over 30 minutes long. So I'm going to do my upstairs plant as the first part, and then my downstairs plant is going to be the second part, which will be coming up next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. But before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!